a god who murdered the entire Greek pantheon, a monster born from gamma radiation who grows stronger with rage. Both are unstoppable forces of destruction. Both have battled gods, monsters, and titans. But if these two icons of raw power faced each other in battle, who walks away? Today, we're pitting the Ghost of Sparta against the Green Goliath. This is Kratos versus Marvel Hulk. Before we determine who wins this clash, we need to understand exactly what we're dealing with. Kratos isn't just some angry warrior with blades. He's a demigod, son of Zeus, who ascended to full godhood after claiming the throne of Olympus. We're talking about the Greek saga Kratos here, at his absolute peak, before he settled in the Norse realms. This is the Kratos who ripped Helios' head off with his bare hands, tore Hermes' legs from his body, and beat Zeus himself to death in one of the most brutal boss fights in gaming history. His strength is divine. He's wielded the blade of Olympus, a weapon that can drain godly essence. He's overpowered titans like Atlas and Kronos, beings that dwarf mountains. And let's not forget, he's literally unkillable. Kratos has died multiple times and clawed his way out of the underworld through sheer rage and willpower. Now, the MCU Hulk. We're using the version from the Infinity Saga, specifically around his peak in Ragnarok and early Infinity War, before the merged Smart Hulk persona. This Hulk has punched through Chitauri Leviathans, traded blows with Thor, and held his own against Thanos, one of the most powerful beings in the universe. His strength is tied directly to his anger, meaning the madder he gets, the stronger he becomes. There's theoretically no upper limit, but here's the critical difference. Hulk's durability comes from advanced regeneration and gamma-enhanced tissue. Kratos' durability comes from divine immortality and resistance to reality warping magic. Let's talk raw power, because that's what this fight really comes down to. Hulk's greatest feats in the MCU are impressive but grounded in physics, even if exaggerated. He stopped a Chitauri Leviathan mid-flight, which would require hundreds of tons of force. He leapt miles across terrain. He went toe-to-toe with the Hulkbuster armor and nearly won. In Ragnarok, he punched a massive wolf the size of a building so hard it flew across the Asgardian throne room. But Kratos? His feats exist in a completely different tier. He flipped the Temple of Tyre, a structure that weighs millions of tons based on its size and construction. He overpowered Kronos, a titan large enough to hold the Temple of Pandora on his back. In God of War 3, Kratos holds open the hands of Gaia while she tries to crush him, and Gaia is literally the size of a mountain range. These aren't metaphorical. The game shows us the scale. Then there's the Blade of Olympus. This weapon is so powerful it ended the Great War between gods and titans. It can kill immortals permanently. When Kratos uses it at full power, he's channeling the combined might of Olympus itself. Hulk's strength grows with anger, yes, but there's a ceiling shown in the MCU. Thanos, without the Power Stone, beat Hulk decisively in hand-to-hand combat. That tells us Hulk can be outmatched by someone with superior skill and strength. Kratos has fought and killed beings far beyond Thanos' level. Poseidon controlled the oceans. Hades ruled death itself. Zeus commanded lightning and reality. Kratos killed them all. Here's where the gap widens even further. Hulk is a brawler. He's powerful, relentless, and terrifying, but his fighting style is straightforward: smash, punch, throw. Banner's intelligence doesn't transfer to Hulk in his rage state, so we're dealing with primal aggression. That worked against most MCU threats because Hulk could overpower them. But against a tactical fighter, that's a problem. Kratos is a Spartan general trained from childhood in combat. He's mastered every weapon imaginable: blades, spears, gauntlets, chains, bows. He doesn't just swing wildly, he adapts. Watch any God of War boss fight. Kratos reads patterns, exploits weaknesses, and uses the environment. He's fought warriors like Hercules and Ares, gods who had thousands of years of combat experience. And let's talk about his equipment. The blades of chaos are magically bound to him. They can't be removed, and they're imbued with primordial fire. The Nemine Chestus gave him gauntlet strikes that could shatter stone and bone. The Golden Fleece lets him reflect attacks, including energy blasts. Kratos doesn't just hit hard, he has an answer for every situation. Hulk has no weapons, no armor, no strategy beyond hit harder. Against someone like Abomination or Fenrir, that works. Against a Godslayer with millennia of violence etched into his muscle memory, that's a mismatch. Let's address durability, because Hulk's whole identity is built on being indestructible. MCU Hulk has tanked insane punishment. He survived a fall from the helicarrier. He withstood Thor's lightning. He took hits from Thanos and got back up. His healing factor means broken bones and torn tissue repair almost instantly. On paper, he sounds unkillable. But here's the thing. Hulk can be hurt. Thor drew blood with Mjolnir. Thanos left him broken and traumatized. Fenrir's teeth pierced his skin. His durability isn't absolute. It's advanced, but it has limits. Kratos has died and literally refused to stay dead. Ares impaled him on a pillar. He climbed out of Hades. Zeus killed him with a blade through the chest. He dragged himself back to life through pure hatred. The Greek underworld couldn't contain him, not once, not twice, but multiple times. His durability isn't about healing, it's about being too stubborn to die. And here's Kratos' biggest advantage. He's killed beings with regenerative abilities before. Hydra heads regrow, he burned them. The Furies manipulated reality, he overpowered them. Gods who reformed from damage, he found ways to kill them permanently with weapons designed to slay immortals. The Blade of Olympus specifically negates immortality and regeneration. If Kratos lands a clean strike with that weapon, Hulk's healing factor becomes irrelevant. Now, Kratos does have weaknesses. His rage can make him reckless. He's been overwhelmed by sheer numbers before. And in the later Norse games, we see him trying to control his anger, which could hold him back. But we're using peak Greek saga Kratos, where he had zero restraint and maximum bloodlust. Hulk's weakness is simpler. If you can knock him out before his rage escalates, or if you have the skill to outfight him, he loses. Thanos proved that. Kratos has both the power and the skill. So who wins? If this fight starts with both combatants at base level, Hulk puts up a hell of a fight. His raw strength would surprise Kratos initially. He'd land hits that could stagger a god. The longer the fight goes, the angrier Hulk gets, and the stronger he becomes. For the first few minutes, this could genuinely go either way. But Kratos has fought enemies who grow stronger as battles continue. He's adapted to gods with reality warping powers, regeneration, and overwhelming strength. He wouldn't panic. He'd analyze, adjust, and strike when Hulk overextends. The moment Kratos realizes brute force alone won't end this, he brings out the Blade of Olympus. One clean strike with that weapon, and it's over. Hulk's regeneration stops. His gamma-enhanced tissue can't counter divine god killing magic. Even without the Blade of Olympus, Kratos has options. The Nemine Cestus for overwhelming strikes, the claws of Hades to literally rip Hulk's soul from his body, the boots of Hermes for speed that Hulk can't track. Kratos is a walking armory of god-tier weapons, and Hulk has no counter to any of them. There's also the experience factor. Hulk has been in combat for maybe a decade, counting all his MCU appearances. Kratos has been waging war for centuries against beings far more powerful than anything in the MCU. This isn't a stump. Hulk is absolutely a threat, but Kratos has too many advantages. Superior strength, superior skill, superior arsenal, and the ability to kill immortals. In a straight fight to the death, Kratos takes this 9 times out of 10. The Ghost of Sparta has faced gods, titans, and the embodiment of death itself. The Hulk is powerful, maybe even unstoppable by human standards. But Kratos doesn't fight by human standards. He fights by the rules of gods, and in that world, he's the apex predator. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you're subscribed to MythMode. We're doing more VS battles, more lore deep dives, and more mythology breakdowns from your favorite games. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And let me know in the comments, what matchup do you want to see next? This is MythMode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.